Hello, welcome once again to Moorgate Andrology. Now in today's video I want to talk about how to prepare for penis enlargement surgery. How to prepare for penis enlargement surgery. And what I thought I might do is use this video really as a reference point for our patients, for Moorgate Andrology patients when they book surgery, just a bit of as a heads up, a bit of a reminder on how to make sure you're ready for the operation. But if you're having surgery anywhere, hopefully this will give you a bit of an insight into what you need to do. So let's start with work. Now obviously if you're going to have a penis enlargement surgery, then you're going to need to take a little bit of time off work. Now in most cases, guys can return to work after about 2 to 3 days, particularly if you have a sedentary job. So if you have a job which doesn't involve a lot of heavy lifting, if you're working in an office, for example, then 2 to 3 days off work should be enough. Now, if your job is more physical, then you might need to prepare for a few days more, maybe even up to a week off work if your job is particularly physical. So first thing is think about your time off work, think about when you'd like it done. At Moorgate Andrology, we operate on a lot of weekends, which generally we find guys find really useful because it reduces the days off work they have to take from their employer. But anyway, that's time off work, an important consideration. Now, the second thing is that you need to tell your partner. Now, this might sound like stating the obvious, but at Moorgate Andrology, I can tell you we see a lot of guys who don't tell their partner that they're having this surgery until very close to or even after the operation. But I mentioned this point because obviously when you've had penis enlargement, you cannot have sex for 6 weeks. 6 weeks, no sex. So you're going to have to involve your partner, I suggest, in this process. Also, and we'll come on to this in a little bit, you're going to need to make some arrangements to get home. And if you're looking to your partner to do that, then obviously there's a discussion there to be had. So discuss it with your partner. Now, the next thing you need to think about is your social activities. So, for example, if let's say you play football or you go to the gym, well, you're going to have to stop these activities again for about 4 to 6 weeks. Everything needs time to settle down. If you've had lengthening surgery, you'll have a little cut at the base of the penis, which will have some usually dissolvable sutures in. And this needs time to heal. So you can't go doing any heavy gym stuff or football, rugby, that kind of thing for 6 weeks. So you need to think about your social life for a few weeks after the surgery. Now, the other thing is, if you smoke, then it's a really, really good idea to stop smoking at least 2 weeks before the surgery, and also 2 weeks at least after the surgery. Smoking delays wound healing and increases your risk of infection. So if you do smoke, please try and stop for a period of 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. And similarly, if you drink alcohol, again, good idea to cut back as you get closer to the operation, or cut out if you can for, again, 1 to 2 weeks before and similarly after. Now, the other thing is, when you book your penis enlargement surgery, you should be given, or you will be given, I'm sure, a set of post-operative instructions. And these tell you what to do in the first weeks after the surgery. Now, the first thing I will mention is, it's obvious to follow them, because, it's very important that you follow the post-operative advice to the letter from your urologist so that you get the very best results possible. And also, you will have some pre-surgery instructions. Let's focus on those. So, in the information that you get from your provider, you will be given a set of pre-op instructions, things that you must do before you have the surgery. Now, the first one I want to mention is the eating and drinking rule. So there will be a time on the day of the surgery at which you will not be able to eat anything or drink anything. And whatever that advice is from your surgeon, you must follow. At Moorgate Andrology, the current advice is no food for 6 hours before admission and no drink for 2 hours before. So up to 2 hours before your admission at Moorgate, you can have water. But then 2 hours before, absolutely nothing must pass your lips. No food, no drink, no chewing gum, nothing. So this is really important. Because I have to tell you, in my time Moorgate Andrology, we've had not many, but 1 or 2 cases where a guy has come in for his surgery and he's had, full English breakfast like an hour before his admission. That is not a good thing, because it means that your operation may need to be put back later on the list, or maybe even postponed to another day. So follow the instructions for eating and drinking. The other thing you might be asked to do is shave the area on the morning of the procedure. Obviously, make sure that when you go, just before you go, you have a nice clean razor to do that, and shave the area if you're asked to do so. And the other thing I want to mention, which is a bit of an obvious one, but I feel like I need to do, is make sure that you arrive on time for your surgery. Don't be late. Operating lists are very time specific, and doctors and surgeons, anaesthetists, the clinical team all rely on you making sure you're there on time. Now, one very important aspect you need to think about is who is going to take you home after the surgery. Now, most penis enlargement surgery is performed as a day case. It's a short procedure. It takes only about 1 hour, and you're able to go home usually on the same day. Now, if this is the case, then you'll find that different hospitals have different rules, and whatever they are, you must stick to them. Now, at Moorgate Andrology, you will need someone to take you home if you're planning on going home on the same day. So this means you can't drive home, you can't go home alone on public transport, and you cannot stay in a hotel on your own the first 24 hours. You need someone with you. So make sure that you've got someone to collect you to take you home. Where you simply have no one, and at Moorgate we do understand this because some guys don't tell anybody that they're having the surgery, then you may be able to arrange to stay overnight in the hospital, or in some cases, such as at Moorgate, we do have the option of a driver to collect you from the hospital and take you home afterwards. So again, plan who's going to get you back home safely. So that's all from me today. I hope that's given you a bit of a heads up, a bit of an insight into the things you've got to think about when you are preparing yourself for a penis enlargement surgery. Well, that's all from me today. I hope to see you back here soon at Moorgate Andrology very soon. But until then, bye for now.